I don't know how else to explain to you people at home that time is running out. Time for the world you want to live in, the world you knew, is all running out. Everything is going to change. And impatience is the most important word for you to have going into 2026. Write it down somewhere, put it on your bedroom wall, stare at every single day, and make sure that you get up and you instantly get things done. Everybody, hypnotize yourself. Tell the universe, tell the world, tell the cosmos, tell the simulation you're an impatient person. You don't want money tomorrow. You want it today. Tomorrow it's harder to make. The mountain is growing. You want it now. That is what I want everybody who watches this stream to understand about themselves for 2026. Because the days of waiting, the days of thinking it's going to get better, the days of thinking someone's coming to save us, the days of believing in politics, the days in believing if you sit down and you work hard and you save up, it's all going to be okay. All of those doors to a life worth living are permanently shut. They are closed and they are locked. Every single day you wait to attempt anything, it becomes harder. You're going to attempt to roll a 6 on a dice today. If you wait till tomorrow, it becomes a 7-sided dice. If you wait 2 days, it becomes an 8-sided dice. Every single day, it becomes harder. And it's going to get harder because the situation you're in is only going to get worse.
How much money have you made? Did it change your life? What's it like having money? What kind of watch are you wearing? How did you fly here, economy or business? And the answers will be very telling, and this could be you guys next year. 5 years ago, when Andrew's saying, the people at the top are going to get richer, the people at the bottom are going to get poorer, the gap's closing. The gap was here. Everyone in the middle still had a chance to get up to the top. Then a few years later, Andrew's saying AI is going to wreck us all. It's going to take all of your jobs. The gap gets smaller, the gap gets smaller. As Andrew said, a single side is being added to the dice every single day. It's going to be the have-nots and the have-yots.
In 2026, the only people who are going to be successful and make money are the monumentally impatient who take instant action right away, and whatever they're thinking of doing next week, they do now. If they think they need to train, they go gym now. They don't go gym in an hour. They don't go hire a personal trainer and go next week. They don't find a gym and think about it for next month. They don't wait till January 1st. If you feel like you need to be in shape, they go to the gym instantly. The universe, karma, the simulation, God is going to reward the instant action takers. It's no longer the knowledgeable. It is the instant action takers. Impatience is the most important word for 2026. You do not have any time anymore. All of my plans for March, I'm starting now. All of my plans for next November, I am starting now. Because I have become massively impatient. Very much like there is a comet or an asteroid heading for planet Earth. I now believe that every single day we wait, it's going to get harder and harder for anybody to achieve anything of significance. And as people wake up, as most people realize how hopeless the fight is, how unfair the game is, how rigged everything is, a lot of people just simply black pill and doom. That is the answer, because most people don't have hope. You're watching our show. We give you hope. We give you a way out. We tell you what's going to be hard. We tell you what's going to be difficult. But we tell you it can be done if you dedicate yourself. You can forget the politics. You can get rich. You can move to Singapore or Dubai or Tokyo and be rich and have a bunch of children. You need to become monumentally impatient. Whatever your plans are for January 1st need to start today. You don't have 2 days to waste. Whatever your plans were for next summer need to happen now. Impatience is the word for 2026. Knowledge means nothing. Now I can ask AI, so how do we differentiate the winners from the losers? And I think it is differentiated by pure agency, pure attack, pure energy, and pure power output, and pure impatience. 1 + 1 doesn't even equal 1. By the time you add taxes, by the time you add inflation, by the time you understand your job is never going to give you a promotion, you're never going to get paid any more money, you do not have patience. Anyone who says, in 3 or 4 years, they're done. If you think in 3 or 4 years the world we're going to live in is going to look anything like the world we live in now, you're an idiot.
And your savings are going to be worth anything more than they're worth now. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. You do not have the ability to be patient anymore. You need to panic. You need to get rich now. You need instant action. You need instant results. Impatience is the most important word for 2026.
Your time to get out still exists. There is still a window of opportunity, but every day that goes by, the window shrinks by a much bigger percentage than it ever did at any time throughout human history.
We need to forget, gentlemen, the childish notions of motivation. I don't feel like, how do I do? We need to forget these childish notions. Every single day you delay, every single day it takes you to reach the end goal, it becomes harder, nigh on impossible on a long enough time frame. You're attempting to climb a mountain. Every single day, the mountain grows. It gets higher, it gets taller. Rock emerges from the earth, from the tectonic plates. You do not have time to lack motivation. You do not have time to struggle with dedication. Your time is up. You must run to the top of the mountain instantly. The less time it takes you to get there, the less distance you have to climb. There is no longer any time for these childish notions of how do I find the dedication and motivation. All gone, because it is getting harder every single day. It is done. You do not have time anymore to be messaging me about motivation and dedication and how you manage to find the gumption to dedicate yourself to something. All of those childish notions are gone. There is no longer any cotton wool. There are no longer any rose-tinted glasses. There are people who understand it is panic stations, absolute impatience. Everything you've ever wanted, you must get now. And there are people who do not understand this, who are going to take a few steps up the mountain, then take a break, take a rest, go to sleep in their tent, and wake up having a larger climb than before they took any steps at all. You must panic because things are going to get a whole bunch worse before they get better. Information is moving faster, meaning opportunities exist for a shorter period of time. You must take action. There's a quick opportunity here, guys. You can make some quick money. If you want to make some quick money, it's available here. Quickly act. Those opportunities used to last a few weeks. Now they last a few hours.
A few hours at most, yeah.
The world is moving faster than it's ever moved, and you are not speeding up. You are not speeding up with the world. You are staying slow, making 6-month plans. 6 months is eternity. With AI intelligence, with quantum computing, 6 months is basically 200 years. You don't have time for that. You need to get impatient. You need to act now.
When you're stuck at the bottom, it's very easy to not see the speed of rapid change. The speed of rapid change is actually measurable to someone working their job in a shitty town at a very slow rate. One less neighbor who looks like you, one less neighbor who speaks your language. You know, the cost of a Freddo has gone up 5p. It's been 6 months. I am telling you now, the gap between the wealthy and the poor is getting bigger and bigger, and the world only has a finite amount of resources. For the longest time of me being a human being alive, sentient enough to think, Bill Gates' net worth went between 40 and 50 billion dollars. When I was in school, he was the world's richest man, worth 40 billion. When I was in high school, he was the world's richest man, worth 50 billion. When I was working my first jobs, he was the world's richest man, worth 51, 52 billion. 2 years ago, Elon was the richest man in the world at 280 billion. He is worth 750 billion dollars today. Every single month that goes by, the wealthy are getting wealthier, and if you do not get on the team and start riding that wave up, you are gonna drown in the ocean.
Demoralization is the greatest tool of the Matrix. They want you to believe that you don't stand a chance. The devil himself, his primary objective is to demoralize you. They're not trying to destroy you physically. They're not trying to kill you. They're trying to neuter you so that you do not resist enslavement. They want you alive and demoralized. And as a man with any kind of fire in his soul, you must understand it is your primary objective to outwit the devil. And the devil wants you demoralized. It wants you to quit. If you are demoralized, If the devil has infiltrated your soul and removed the fire from your eyes, then you stand precisely 0 chance of escape. You cannot let the devil demoralize you. Demoralization is what they want. They want you to quit. They want you to give up. And the good thing for the winners is that the more people who quit, the more people who give up, the less true competition you have. You cannot. I understand that everyone else has quit. I understand everyone else is doom and gloom and black pill, but not me. I am going to escape. I do not believe that an administration is going to help me. I don't believe the world's going to get any better. I don't believe it's going to be easy. I don't care. Drop and do push-ups as soon as this ends. Absolute monumental impatience. You are impatient as the plane plummets towards the earth. You need to find a parachute now. You can't find a parachute in 20 minutes. You need one now before you die. Promise it to the universe that you're an impatient, instant action taker, because those are the only ones who are going to survive.
Yeah, they're the only ones. And history is full of winners and losers, and nobody ever remembers the loser's name. The world is a battle for resources. You don't make money, you take money. Every dollar that you want, somebody else wants. And they will go out there and work harder than you by just 1% trying to take that same dollar, and they will get it and you will not. When people ask me, hey, I'm not motivated, hey, it's hard, hey, how do I stay inspired? I'm going to reply, don't. It's fine. Don't.
The enemy is at the gates. You don't get to decide when you want to fight. You don't get to decide when you feel motivated. It's not up to you. The world is getting harder and harder, and you must fight and resist instantly. I was talking to somebody who had grand plans for 2026, and they're talking to me about February, March, what they're going to do in November. There's no time for any of that. November doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and you're not even going to make it unless you get your act together. If you don't get your act together, there is no November. There is no tomorrow. It is today, only today. You can take action right now and start building a future worth living, or you can sit there waiting to be crushed by the oppressive forces of darkness, waiting for the last hope and slither of morale that's in your heart to be extinguished by the devil himself. It is now or absolutely never. It is a time for the impatient to act and for everyone else to fail.
You get 10 people, you tell them to pick up rocks. Some people will pick up 1 or 2. They'll complete the task. Some will pick up 30 or 40 just to outdo the others. And some people will stay out. That 1 in 100 person will stay out picking up rocks all day, every day, for as long as you tell them to do it. One day those rocks are going to turn into diamonds. When they turn into diamonds, sure, the people who complete the task are happy. They've got a diamond instead of a rock. The people who've picked up a few are extra happy. They have a handful of diamonds instead of a handful of rocks. But the person who outworked everybody else now gets to be the king of everybody else. You have to be picking up rocks always until you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 500. And you know the worst part about the picking up rocks analogy? They might not even turn to diamonds. They might not even turn to diamonds. We don't know what's going to happen with. But the game of patience, even if you believe you're doing the right thing, you need to double down and continue to stack it up.
Elon Musk, one of the smartest men on the planet, who has managed to solve the rather difficult conundrum of moving things from Earth to space, couldn't fix the deficit of the US government. If that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. Everything is collapsing in real time. You need to forget this idea that your nation is going to somehow go back to a time where you can work in a factory and save up enough money to get a nice little house, and that a woman is going to sit there and birth your children while you put together lawnmowers. You're out of your mind.
Yeah. The world you want to live in, it's funny because the world you want to live in exists, but you've all been moved to the poor section. You're living your life, and you don't realize that you've been delegated to the poor section. The world you want to live in isn't in your town anymore. There are realities in Zurich and Singapore, places in Hong Kong, Dubai. There are lots of places, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. There are lots of places in the world, but the single common denominator is that every single person living in that world is at the very least a millionaire.
Gentlemen, impatience. 2026 is the year of absolute brutal impatience. You no longer wait. If someone wants a meeting, it has to happen right away. Someone wants to talk, it's now. Someone wants to do business, pay me. No more games. Every single second, the game gets harder. Absolute brutal impatience. That's my message to you all for 2026. 2025 has been a monumental disappointment on nearly every level. But you are better than that. The devil cannot trick you. The devil will not demoralize you. You will not give up. You will not be browbeaten. You will not sit and believe it is impossible. Everybody else around you will cower and fail. They are crabs in a bucket. You are not a crab waiting to just die an insignificant, unimportant life that nobody ever remarks over or talks about once you're extinguished. You are not a crab in a bucket. You're a full-grown man, and if you want to win, you need to win today.